Hi Tonal friends, I'm Coach Natalie Carey and today I'm going over my favorite core exercises that are in the Tonal workouts. And I'm ranking them from what I believe are the least difficult to the most challenging. Now that can change from person to person. The first one that I love for all levels is a pillar bridge. So you come down onto your forearms, onto the balls of your feet, and you hold here in a tabletop position. There are tons of different variations of a pillar bridge, but this is the classic one, and it's a great exercise at all levels. My next favorite core exercise is the Palloff press. And I will use this exercise for a lot of my clients, especially those who might have hip and back pain. And so what you do is you take a step out from your tonal, you're sideways, feet are planted underneath your hips, you turn the weight on, you press out from your chest, do a small rotation in towards the tonal arm, bring it back to the center and back to your chest. And while I'm doing this, notice that I'm only rotating from my waist. My hips are staying in place as much as I'm able to keep them in place there. My butt is really squeezing here and my feet are planted. I love this exercise because you've got a rotational movement and then also an anti-rotational movement here. My next favorite core exercise on Tonal is the spider crawl. So we start on hands and knees, and what you're gonna do is propel yourself forward with opposite hand and foot reaching forward, and then on the next one, the other opposite hand and foot reach forward. And my elbow and my knee connect here. Then I push using my hands, I push myself backwards, backwards. And you can challenge yourself by getting as low as you can possibly tolerate. The higher you are, the easier it is. I like to get really low here, really challenge my core. The next one that I really love is the pullover crunch. So the pullover crunch is very challenging in that it can be very difficult to keep your lower back on the floor. And so when you lower your arms of tonal all the way down to the ground, give them a little shake at the bottom, make sure that they're locked into place. So we lay down on our back, grab the weights, the weight is turned off, and I'm gonna start in a crunch position. Then I turn the weight on, I extend my arms and my legs at the same time, and then crunch myself back into a ball. And I'm keeping my lower back connected with the ground the entire time, even as I'm extending here. And if you want to modify this, you can do one leg at a time. That's one way that you can work up to this exercise, but I love the pullover crunch because it really gives me that like crunchy ab feeling that we're all looking for in ab workouts. The next one I want to go over is the lateral bridge with the rotation. So the lateral bridge on its own, amazing core exercise. I use this with all different levels of clients, but I really love adding in the rotation where you lift the hip and then reach behind you, because it's great at training your obliques and being able to lift that hip up even higher. Plus it's got that rotational element in there. I love it. Okay, so lateral bridge with rotation is a great one. Next up, V-up. Oh my gosh, I love V-ups. I'm a pole dancer. V-ups mimic an exercise that we do all the time in pole dancing, which is called an inversion. So for the V-up, lower back is pressed in towards the floor. I'm gonna sit up, try to keep my legs and my torso as flat as possible and as straight as possible. Ooh, it's really hard. So at the top here, you wanna check, chest is out, back is flat. You're pausing, resting on that tailbone, resting on that butt for just a second before you come back down. Woo, okay. And then my last favorite core exercise on Tonal is also the one that I think is the hardest for most people. It's a hip raise. I've also called it a reverse crunch before. So for this one, you lay on your bench. You're gonna grab your hands behind your bench for support and balance. Legs come up straight. Now without using any momentum, only using lower abdominal strength and pulling on the bench, I lift my hips off the bench, I raise the hips off, hence a hip raise, off the bench, and then lower them back down. And when you're working on this, you want to imagine you're working between two plates of glass, and your legs cannot swing into the plates of glass. So lots of control on the way up and on the way down, and you're not swinging your legs to try to get them up there. All right, Tonal friends, I'm Coach Natalie Carey. These have been my favorite core exercises on Tonal. If this video was helpful to you, please give me a like, a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.